morning. Good morning from Melbourne. How is everyone today? It's morning here in Melbourne. Good evening to my friends in the US. Hello, Wendy. Hello, Jennifer. Gonna see. Oh, hi, Chris. Gonna finish getting everything set up just right so I can see everything. I have. Hi, Trish. Beautiful evening in Illinois. Has it cooled off any there, Jennifer? See what I can do here. That's going to be a little better. Okay. Yeah. Just a reminder to people for whom this is the first time, I need to take a moment to get everything set just right. And I'm looking on my desktop monitor, and there's a delay between what I do and what comes back over the feed from Facebook, so it takes me a moment to catch up with everything. So yeah, hopefully. Oh my goodness, is it still all crooked? Is it my phone? Anyhow, hey Nikki. Yeah, good. I'm glad it's cooled off because I know it was pretty uncomfortable for most people in the States this past week. Yeah, so let's get started. Hi, Gladys. I am Nancy Hepker. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located here in Melbourne, Australia. If you live in Australia and you're looking for a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'm happy to help you out. Drop me a note. I will get you catalogs if you need them. If you're in the US and you would like to find a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, you can also drop me a note and I will link you up with one of my people there. Yeah, so today we are going to be working with some more elements from this Magnolia Lane suite. We're going to be using the Memories and More cards and note cards. These can be used for scrapbooking in the Project Life type of scrapbooking where you're filling in pockets with cards and mementos and photographs, or they have coordinating card bases, so they make some really neat, quick and easy cards, sometimes just with themselves and sometimes adding a few other elements. I know I showed you everything in this suite really quickly when I first got it back in late April, but these are the cards. They are larger than a regular A2 in the US card, or half of an A4 sheet here in Australia, but they're designed to hold these Memories and More cards, and they're this craft cardstock, and they have a silver embossed or debossed frame on them, and the coordinating envelopes carry that silver debossing, and they also have an envelope liner that coordinates with the whole theme of the suite, which is nice. And then the cards come in this box, and there are 2 sizes of cards, and there are 2 of each design, and I've actually kind of gone through and used some of them already, so you can use either side. And depending on what you're doing, if you're making a scrapbooking page, you might want something like this next to another picture, or you might want to be able to make a comment. So, yeah, there's lots of interesting designs. You can, happy little moments. You can do some journaling if you're doing the scrapbooking type of thing. But so there's the small cards. This set has, all the sets have small cards and big cards. So these are 4x6 in inches, and these are 4x3, so it works really well. 2 of these make up one of those. And then there are also several vellum sheets printed with, I think that's probably old or early espresso color. And we'll be using some of these on the cards I'm making today. And then there were 4 sheets of stickers, there's another vellum sheet, 2 each of 2 designs. And I know we're going to use one of those stickers today. So that's what you get in the box of cards and the pack of the note cards. The note cards are, there's 20 of them in the pack, so that makes quite a lot. And of course you can mix and match in plain cardstock, some of the designer series paper from the suite. It's a nice thing to do. I'll show you a couple of examples of things that I made last week as I was getting ready. This is one, I've matted a big card with some petal pink and a small card with some petal pink. And hey Trish, and my mom's joined in, yay. Yeah, so I did some extra mats of the petal pink and a big card and a small card and a sticker, and then I added some ribbon. This is actually out of the Perennial Essence suite, but it's petal pink and it matches in with these perfectly. And then I also did this one. I actually cut my own Whisper White thick card base because I just liked it better with this color. With these colors, I liked it better on white than I did on the craft. And then you can see the stamp sets. You can see this is Happy Birthday, and it's larger than this one, but this is the stamp that comes in this Magnolia Blooms stamp set, and it's the same font. So again, they're working on coordinating all the way throughout the suite really nicely. If you're looking for this, you will not find it in the annual catalog with the rest of the Magnolia Lane suite. This is out of the new beginners brochure called, I can't remember, but it's the beginner's brochure. And if you're looking for it, I can point you to this set. It really helps round out the Good Morning Magnolia cling stamp set. This one's photopolymer and these are cling. So again, you got hello, thanks, thinking of you, happy birthday, thank you, and some others. And it just makes a really nice, well-rounded suite for what we're doing. So I liked the double layer of ribbon here. This is a linen ribbon that comes as part of the Magnolia Lane suite. And again, this petal pink, striped organdy ribbon. Not so sure about the bow, but it needed something else. So, I'm leaving it. There we go. Okay, let's get on to the cards I'm making today. Little truth in advertising, I have actually cased most of these, although I'm not replicating them exactly, from a demonstrator named Patty Dolan, and I'll put a link up to her site on this video, and then again when I do my blog post next week on this. So I've got a card base and I've got several elements here, and move my cheat sheet where I can see it so I know what I'm doing with this one. Yes. So this one is, I'm going to use that pre-printed thank you. And what I like about these is that they are really quick and easy cards to make, but they don't look like you just slapped them together. They can have layers and they can have embellishments and be good all the way through. So I'm just going to layer that up on a little bit of mossy meadow. And then I just like, see there's this, you are my everything and more, which, lovely sentiment, not what I want. But you can just cover it right up. And it looks like it's all just sort of, it all just works together really well, I think. And I don't think it needs much more than that, so I'm just gonna glue it. And then that's just gonna go on there. Oh, getting down to the end of the glue bottle again. Yep, and I'd put a 4x6 piece of Whisper White on the inside and be all ready to go. So there's one done. Let's do another one. So here's this card. That's really pretty. It's hard to cover up stuff that's pretty, isn't it? Hard to choose. But and if you look at them, if you go the right way, it kind of looks like they're extending from the early espresso and white into the colored. So it's kind of like a spotlight technique built in. Your eye kind of plays with it. But I think I want to put some ribbon behind there. I have used so much of this ribbon, which is a testament to it and the sweets and everything, because I don't tend to use up ribbon. But here we are, what is it, the end of July, and I believe I'm going to have used up an entire 10 yards full of ribbon and need to order some more. So part of that is one of the cards that I made. Well, the card that I made when I had the demonstrators here for the demo day out, and that we're going to do in that we're going to make, one of the cards we're going to make in my Fun Folds 2 class on the first Saturday in August. What is that, the 3rd? Uses a lot of the ribbon, a long length of it to tie it closed. And excuse me one second, I'm going to get some new glue. Here we go. And that's better. So yeah, I'll show you the cards that we make in the Fun Folds class. Oh, did you turn it? You did. There we go. On my blog. But of course, if you come to the class, if you're in the Melbourne area, not only do you get to make them, but you'll get to take home printed instructions and measurements for each one so you can recreate them, which is awesome. Okay, and I'm going to stamp on a tag here. Which sentiment? We could do thinking of you. Thanks, happy birthday. I'm going to do another happy birthday. I send a lot of birthday cards. So if you're watching and would like a birthday card from me, drop me a note, either in the comments or send me a private message, and let me know when your birthday is. I don't need to know which year. I don't need to know exactly how old you are, but let me know, and I will send you a birthday card, because that's just a lot of fun to get and to send. So here's this happy birthday stamp again. And some dimensionals, I think. Yeah, you can see this was cut out of a piece of scrap. That's a nice thing to do. It's not quite straight, but there we go. And I have enough, I can make another little bow. Maybe. Trish, good. I'm glad you are coming to the Fun Folds class. That should be a good one. And let's see. Oh, see? Here's the end of the roll, so we'll just pull that off of there. So you can see, once again, I have not pulled that knot tight. I'm waiting to get everything twisted around the way I want it, mostly. I find that helps a lot. I can kind of play with the bits and pieces and then start to pull tight. Keep futzing a bit. A little smaller. There. So now I'm going to add that with a glue dot. I just stick the knot on the glue dot and pull it off and put it where I want it. And now I can tell how long I want my tails. There we go. And now we can glue this on. And I don't know if you can tell, but this petal pink is the same color that's used to color in the center of the Magnolia. So it all ties together quite nicely. So there's number 2. On to number 3. So this one, we've got one of these vellum sheets. And I'm going to back it. This is some very vanilla. And we're going to put, I stamped and colored this large Magnolia stamp, and then cut it out with the coordinating die. So that's going to layer on there. And this is actually going to be in there. And I just need to put a sentiment on that. And I gotta choose, right? Oh, good, Chris. I'm glad you think it's relaxing and not not boring for a non-stamper. But I'm glad you joined in. What do you think? Hello or another happy birthday? I think this one I'm going to do hello, because hello, I can always write happy birthday inside if I want. So there's hello. Grab a block for it. Of course, this one's a little harder because it's not clear, but we'll do our best. And ink that up. There we go. Yeah, the font is really pretty, not too flourishy, nice and clear, and it stamps beautifully, which I'm happy about. Okay, so we are going to start by putting dimensionals on the back of this. Go. And we're going to stick it down onto the piece of vellum first. See exactly where it's going to go. I think like so. Gonna have to get trimmed a little bit. So I cut this strip, I think like 1 3/4 inch wide, and stuck it in my triple banner punch to get the flag on the end of it. There we go. So I think that's going to get glued down flat. Slide right in there. There we go. And now I can go ahead and put, I'm just going to do it on here so I can see. Now I can add glue where it's going to be covered up by the flower and the banner to stick on the piece of very vanilla and not show through, because vellum, the adhesive will often show through. I'm just going to snug that up and let it tack down for a minute. There. And then it's okay that these are not, that it's not solid, it's pretty solidly down, but it's okay that it's a little bit loose there. And now this just goes on here. And there's another card done. Okay, number 4, similar idea. This time I'm going to use this pre-printed sentiment. And I'm just going to glue this on, I think. See if I can get things straight. Oh, it slid. Yep. Okay, now we're going to dry up that adhesive. See how well this does. This is one of my favorite tools, the adhesive eraser, which Stampin' Up! Decided not to carry anymore, but you should be able to get one of these at any art supply store in Australia. I know the big box craft stores in the US have them. Wow. Lots of adhesive everywhere. Well, that might be a reason to use something like tear and tape on the vellum, because it can be slippery, but it's not fatal. We can fix this. Okay. Carrying on now. And then this is one of the flowers out of the designer series paper. Let me see if I can show you a picture here easily of this paper. Yeah, here we go. So this is this paper, and this flower image is the same as this flower image in the stamp set, which has a coordinating die, which means, if I haven't just lost it on my catalog here. Oh my goodness, what did I do now? Me and my bright ideas. Which means that I was able to cut a flower out of the designer series paper and then lose it. Shout out if you see it. Be right back here. Ah, there it is. If you get stuck to the catalog. There we go. So there's the flower cut out of the designer series paper. And again, a few drops of glue. And I can stick that right on there. And again, glue on the other side. To adhere it onto the very vanilla background. Now, part of the reason to do that is with this vellum, you can actually see through it. I don't know if most people would notice it, but once it gets pointed out, you can't not see it. But the that frame that's there, you can see that through the vellum, so that helps hide it. Let's make sure we do this the right way. And put that on there. I think I've got it pretty straight. There we go. It's another one, and it again kind of follows that pattern out. So that works pretty well, I think. And we're down to number 5. This again is going to be much like that other one that we did. Which way do I want this? think like that. But this time we're going to add some this is Mossy Meadow linen twine, and it's part of the ribbon 2-pack that comes in this suite. Here's the other one that comes in that suite. That's that linen ribbon. And so I'm going to start here. This is my Scotch tape hack. Everyone who comes to my class is like, what? And then now they're used to it. So I'm going to do 3 across the front there. Take that down. Just adds a little bit more across there. And again, this is just a piece of Mossy Meadow cardstock, cut a little bit bigger than 4x3. And we'll glue that on there. Is that even? Oh, it's crooked. Go. And this time we're going to add a few stickers. What did I do with? Okay, so we're going to add this happy birthday sticker right there. And we're going to put one of these flowers, magnolias, I think right there. There. Oh, and I'm going to get this on here, and then I'm going to do the last bit. Again, trying to be sure that it's straight. Okay, and then the last little bit on this is gonna do a 3-layer bow to coordinate with my with my 3-layer wrap. What are we doing there? Is that a good size? Yep. So you can see I'm just pulling the tails down and making sure the loops are up. Trim off those, and my glue dot again. Now sometimes like this smaller knot, that glue dot is kind of sticking out, so I'll squeeze it on there and then I'll kind of pinch so that it goes back behind, and I'll just stick it right on there. There, that's number 5. So that's 5 pretty quick and easy cards made with Magnolia Lane Memories and More card pack and note cards. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, the person that I cased these from, she had a different background here, but I apparently have already used mine, 2 of that background. So I did something different, which is fine. Casing is great because it gives you at least a place to start, even if you don't copy it exactly. You can use it as a starting point. You know, if I thought this was a little bit plain, I could add some embellishment of some kind, but I kind of like it just like that. So, yeah, and you can do things. So this one shows you really, I added a little bit of cardstock, but you wouldn't have to. You could do stuff that are just what comes in the packs themselves. So, likewise, this one, instead of embellishing with something I cut out of the designer series paper, you could put, one of these magnolias on there, or even 2 of them if you wanted something a little bit larger. So they're fun to play with, and I like casing. If you're not sure where to start, it gets the juices flowing, and then you can go from there. So, yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Jennifer asked, lovely card, would you have an opinion about using vanilla or white for the inside? So this one I would use white. These 2 I would use white. These 2 where I used the vanilla, I think it could go, I don't think it matters. I think it could go either way because you don't really read the vanilla so much, and these are actually white, and that's white. So I think you could do either. I think you could also back this. We could have used white instead of very vanilla there too. The very vanilla is just a little bit softer and lets this kind of pop a little more, I guess. I don't think it particularly mattered. I can show you, here's some white underneath there. It's just a little softer. It reads a little bit more yellow. Yeah, I don't think it's a big deal either way. I hope that answers. It's not very definitive. But, a lot of this stuff, I just sort of go with my gut. You can go back and see the video that I did last week with those faux distress oxide ink cards. And, the way I embellished them on camera, and I kept saying, I'm not sure, I may change that. If you go back and look at the blog post I did on Monday with those cards, you'll be able to see I did change some of them up. I don't know if you guys noticed that, because I wound up not liking how I had done some of them on camera. So these, I think, are going to stay exactly as they are because I do like them. But I will show you more stuff I do with these cards as time goes on. I know in at least one of my classes in the States, I gave people a pile of these cards and said, here you go. Here's a challenge. Make something that you like. And I saw it was very interesting to see what people did with them because they went very different ways than I would have gone, and they were all lovely. So if you're here at my classes in Melbourne, you may get that kind of challenge at some point. And so Yeah, they're fun. They're fun to play with. They're an interesting challenge. Yes, just like the outside of the card, and wonder about following the inside all the way through. Yeah, but like I said, we're using both colors on these, so it could, um, yeah, it could. You could do either one, is what I'm trying to say. And yes, Nikki, I will put a link both in my comments on this video and um, in the blog post I do on these. So you'll see they're really, I really stole them pretty much wholesale, but I know that you other people don't always find the things I do and seem to like when I share things, so I'm happy to do that. And yeah, that's probably it for today. Thanks for tuning in. And if you came partway through, you can watch it on replay. You can share the replay. I appreciate that. If you're in the Melbourne area and want to come to my classes, if you go to nancysniftynotes.com, you'll find my whole class schedule. And yeah, I'm actually starting to spread word. The first Saturday in October is World Card Making Day, and I'm going to be having a free event at my home on that day, and we're going to make cards that are going to benefit the Royal Children's Hospital Foundation. So if you're in the area, I hope you can stop in and do that. Okay. Oh, on last week's card, Nikki. No, I haven't found the link to her video, but I am still looking for it. I can't believe that I can't find it anywhere. So I do periodically go look for it. So okay, that's what I've got. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.